It's a
What?
different sign.
Oh, it's a different one. So what are you asking? Who won the?
So who won the debate over there between socialism, communism, and capitalism?
Well, they think that I'm not educated enough,
For what?
that I haven't done enough research. I didn't even read Dostoevsky, even though I came from Russia, and I read virtually everything that Dostoevsky ever wrote, some 17 volumes of all his works. Well, I guess this argument didn't work for some reason. They think I'm still not educated enough to understand the difference between socialism and capitalism. Well, what do you think? Do you think socialism is good or capitalism is good? What system do you stand for?
Well, I think that. Well, I believe you know. Okay, if they want to keep the capitalist system, okay, but they could fix it this way. If you take an apple, right, and let's say the apple is rotten in different parts of it's rotten in some parts of the apple. What do if you want to eat the apple? You cut out the bad parts, right, so you can eat the good part.
Okay, yeah.
So if they want to keep the system, they'll start cutting out all the bad parts.
So specifically, what would you cut out of capitalism?
Huh?
What would you cut out of? So you'll keep capitalism. Capitalism is good generally,
they
right?
want to keep it. They can keep it, but cut out everything that's bad. Okay.
For instance,
this thing with the bailouts is bad. This thing where the big corporation can buy off governments, make laws for them. They go over there and say, here's $50 for you, $40 for you. I want to change the law, make this law, water down this law for me.
So you're against Obama, in other words, because that's what
they're doing. They're controlling the government here, the capitalists. So that got to be cut out. That's another part got to be cut out.
So free market, more free market, right?
Yeah, more free market and what do you call it? What else? More control of things like.
Well, wait a minute.
More
free market and more control are mutually exclusive.
You have regulations to make sure they.
So you want more regulations or less regulations?
No, yeah, you need more because what?
Why?
I mean, or enforce the ones they got now because okay, you have what you call the derivative thing, these hedge funds and all these kind of things they're coming up with.
But what do you think? Let's say if for instance, to use this as an example, you're sitting here on this plaza with the sign, okay? So you came here, you didn't have to ask the governments to come over here with the sign. Right. So imagine if there was a regulation that would require you to go one bureaucrat to get a permission to make the sign. Another bureaucrat will have to make sure that the paper that they're using is safe for display. The third bureaucrat will have to give her permission to make sure that the marker that they were using to paint this sign is not going to be bad to your health. Right. So that's what I mean by too many regulations. So you're saying that we have more regulations?
Okay, I'm putting it this. Okay, I would accept those regulations if they did it across the board. But you cannot apply, what they do here is they apply regulations to one thing and not to others. Just like with the, like they got loopholes in the law, with tax loopholes for the rich, where they can get away without paying no tax or pay very less tax than you and me. Now that should be cut out also. That's another thing. So, see, it's not across the, no, it's, how come you paying more than the guy making $1 billion? You know what I'm saying? Don't make sense. Because they got a loophole saying, all you got to do is, I go to your country, go to France, become a citizen over there. So now, because of that, I don't have to pay taxes over here.
Okay, so let's think about this way. Do you know what percentage of all the taxes the rich people pay in this country?
Okay, what percentage?
You think that the 1% of the richest people in America pay 1% of all the taxes? You think so?
Well, I don't know what the percentage is, but I know.
What if I tell you? What if I tell you? And you can Google. I mean, it's a common knowledge that 1% of the richest Americans pay 40% of all the taxes.
Yeah.
40. Is it fair? 1% pays 40% of all the taxes. You want to tax them even more than that?
Okay, but let me say this. Okay. Look, but they, okay, first of all, they use our tax money, okay? They use
How do they use it?
Let me tell you what
they give
do.
you a job.
You say that they pay more. How can they be paying more? Okay, here's what they did. They gave themselves billions in dollars in bailouts, one.
But we are talking about different
taxes,
issues.
Taxes.
We're talking about bailouts was given by the...
You say that they pay more. How can they pay more when they take billions of dollars in tax dollar to bail themselves out? They take billions of dollars in money to start a war in Iraq to get oil. They take they use billions of dollars of tax money to give to Egypt $2 billion, Pakistan $1 billion, another country $3 billion, and just because they can go over there and spread.
But it has nothing to do with the rich people. It's
but-
the government. I agree with you. The government shouldn't bail them out.
but
I
the gov-
agree.
but-
General Motors was bailed out by Barack Obama. You know that, right?
But the 1% tells the government, look, I want to go to that country because they got good resources there. So I want you to start a war. But whose money are they going to use? They're using our money. So the rich people are using our money. Not only that, if you go in the neighborhoods, you see these streets here, you wouldn't see one pothole. You wouldn't see everything spick and span. How come you go into some neighborhoods here, it's like a slum area where they got potholes all over the street. How come they don't spend tax money to fix that street? But yet their streets, everything's beautiful, everything's nice.
But
buildings have fixed.
wait a minute.
So they use more tax than we
Wait. Who is responsible for paving the streets? It's not the rich
what I'm
people.
saying is
It's
that-
the local administration, right? Like
I don't care
the
what,
city.
who does what, but the
The borough.
Okay, look at that. The city.
But
takes
the
your
money, yeah. But let me explain how it works. The rich people pay 40% of all the taxes, right? Now it's up to the government to decide what to do with this money. They already pay 1% of the richest people pay 40% of all the taxes.
This is what they said. I don't believe that. But go ahead.
Oh, you don't. So you.
Because I heard this guy talking on Charlie Rose, and this billionaire was talking, and they said, look, we pay like 70%. That's what we pay. All right,
How many?
You're saying 40%. Yeah, this is a billionaire talking in Charlie Rose show.
So
Channel 13, these are 70%. That's all they pay.
You're saying that 1% pays 70% of all the taxes?
17, yeah.
1/7?
17.
No.
1% pays 17.
No, they pay
That's what-
40%.
all right.
40%.
Okay, listen. I'll be honest. Look, I don't know where you get your. Maybe you got it from the news.
Google it.
You got
Google
from-
it. I
from
mean,
book.
get on the
Google.
internet.
Listen, I don't believe.
It's the common knowledge.
There's a lot of news out here that is censored, that is one-sided.
Censored? Censored? It comes from the government.
It's edited.
Do you
it's
believe?
just like they don't want this here. You know what they do? Have you ever seen the papers about this here? Everything is bad. Nothing good. This here is the worst place in the world to be. Why? Look at the papers. You know, blood over there. People are getting murdered. People getting killed. People this. People that.
Do you
There's
believe?
nothing good about it. Nah, they censor everything. They edit everything. To that
They who? The government censors everything? The government?
The newspaper. They're all in it together. It's like one for all, not for one. The newspaper, the Supreme Court, the White House, the Congress, all these billionaires, all the police, they're all in it together. They all work together. What it's good for one is good for all. You know what I'm saying? And
So
that's
what-
not
what-
how it works. The FBI, the CIA, all in it to work.
They're-
Look what happened with the Iraq War. Oh, there's weapons of mass destruction. The FBI said that. Oh, okay. So so this guy approves it. That one says it's true. The other one says it's true. And they all in it together. They know it's a lie, but they all agree. The newspaper agree with it too. Oh yeah, there is war. Let's go over there, start a war. So they did it, right? They went over there and started a war. Now, I mean, I still think a socialist democratic system is a much better system.
Socialist is better.
With
Socialist.
democracy. But I believe also in political freedom.
Can you wait a minute? Can you give me an example of a single socialist country where there is democracy? One. Name me one.
Okay, let me put it. I understand that there was a guy here, right? And he was from France. He said, "Look, I went to school 25 years. I didn't pay a penny. I'm a civil engineer."
But it's not socialist country. France is not socialist country.
Now they just voted for a
But it's not
party.
socialist. It's not a socialist.
The ideas, a lot of them are based on the socialist ideas.
No, they're not.
So is Italy.
No,
so is,
no.
So is Greece.
No,
Greece,
no.
A lot of they got a lot
They're
of
not
socialist ideas.
socialist.
What about Sweden, Switzerland?
Let me explain you something. A socialist country is the one where profit and private property is against the law. Can you buy, let's say, a car in France for 1,000 francs, now euros, and sell it for 2,000 and make a profit? Can you do it?
So you're saying that socialistic, you said the word? What was the word?
Well, social democracies, that's
And
fine.
you said you don't want to use
Socialist. In a socialist countries, such as Cuba, such as North Korea, such as USSR, the country that I came from originally, such as China, in the socialist countries, profit was illegal. private property was
So you
illegal.
see the difference between that word, the word socialist, and the other word you said that is different?
Of course, completely different.
Yeah.
They have capitalism in France, they have capitalism in Sweden, they have capitalism in Norway. They do have social programs. They do not live better than the United States
Okay,
either.
You're right about that, because I just read an article where it says that when they were talking about that Greece is going bankrupt, that Italy's going, it said, no, the country's not going bankrupt. It said billionaires over there, the special interests, is too big to fail over there also, that are together with the billionaires over here that are going bankrupt. And they need bailout, like the ones over here need a bailout, like the bankers need a bailout, the other group, the insurance group, that also need Lehman Brothers, all these people. So same thing happening over there. They're going bankrupt too, so then we got to bail them out. Or as a matter of fact, this government did give them money to help them to get bailed.
Yes.
But people don't know that. The other thing is that over there, that's what they do now. They want to bail these people out so they don't go back. That's all it is. You know what I mean? So they're all together in it, but they all want they all want to become trillionaires, and the only way they can become trillionaires by free trade agreements. Free trade agreements is to become trillionaires. Another way to become, and they're all in it together. They want.
So you're against rich people?
Huh?
Are you against rich people?
What I'm against is I'm against what is wrong. I'm against.
But are you
I'm
for
against
rich
greed.
people?
I'm against.
Okay,
I'm against exploitation. I'm against slavery. That's what I'm against.
Well, you're mixing it all together.
So.
Jesus, hallelujah.
I mean,
So the point. Well, if let's say you have these glasses, okay?
I believe in
Hold on. So you believe in socialist